Welcome back to Driving Blind RC, where we teach you how to drive blind, because we are. Totally. And we just happen to have another parking lot episode. So, this one is from an off-brand company put out there by FMS and a few other brands. I mean, it's been booked by a few companies out there, but FMS is booking it right now. And it's by Easy RC, and it's a Colorado Chevy K10, 18th scale, 2 to 3S capable, brushless. And there she is, right there. Do 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 do. You want an unboxing? Go to YouTube. We do. This is our version of unboxings. Now it comes with a wheelie bar that you got to put on. Mine's tight, but not real tight, so it does have room for play. Now, they're not too far into the game yet. Because we're still dealing with body pins. So, one pin. And being that this is a basher, it's not a crawler. It has diff cups, or center diffs, front and center diffs open. They're not locked. That's why you're watching me have fun holding this. Let me set the pins off to the side, and let me pull the body off. Ta-da! Oh, it comes off like that. It'd be nice if it had pins, but it don't. And there you go. There's your body. Here's your battery. Now, honeycomb style chassis. Here's your motor over here. Got a fan on it. ESC right there. Button right here. Boy, was that hard to find for me. But I knew it was there, so just kept looking. And your wiring pack. It does have lights. Let's see, where are they at? They're down here somewhere. They're in here somewhere. It does got lights. Take my word for it. Servo. Pretty good job there. Oh, zip tie. Okay. Now, let me show you how to take the battery out. Dean's connection, or as they call T connections. Dean's, pretty much. Now, for the battery. Let's have fun here. See this little thingy here? You give this a little spin. That unlocks the battery. And then you pull up on this little piece here. And then you pull out this, slide it forward, pull it out. Now take a look at this battery. We're not just playing with any battery here. This is totally proprietary. Totally. There's the plugs. See, you got Dean's on this side, and you got your power for your plug-ins on this side. And that's somewhere on my desk. I do believe I got so many parts on my desk, it's ridiculous. And I think it's underneath my bumper. So, let's get the battery back in, because we do got another battery we can look at. So let's put this one back in here. See, you slide it in there. Okay, slide that back like that. Drop the battery plate back down. Got to make sure you ain't got nothing in there. Drop your battery plate down. Give that a spin. And there you go. Now, if you want to plug this in, you got to pull this over here. Drop this down here and plug it in just like this. Ooh, you try doing this. You try doing this without seeing it. It does. It does. It does. It does. It does. Oh, wait a minute. It does a little better if you put it in the. It's a tight fit. Believe me. It's tight. It's tight on there. Real tight. Once you get it in there. I mean, and I think the battery shifted, so we're just gonna. Yeah. So, I'm gonna plug the battery in, and then plug the car in, and set the battery back in. You can do that, and then hoof this over this way, hoof it, the wires around there, and give that a twist. See? No. See what I mean by being tight in there? It's tight. See? Right there. It's tight. Now, crank this baby up, see? Now, the only time I recommend doing this is if you got it in your hand or on a stand, because these babies will take off. These are not name brand RCs. So their programming, yeah, will take off. And this did the first time I started up. And I'll show you why in just a few. But here we go. See, fan kicked in. Everything's on. Transmitter. Now, it's got some neat stuff. See all the neat stuff in there? We'll get to that. Turn it on. Now, you only do this if you got it in your hand. If you got it on the ground, you make sure this is on first, or else it will take off. Listen. Hear that? That means it just armed the car. Now I'm full power. You see, here's why I tell you this baby will take off. Listen how much power this thing's got. Now, would you like to plug that in and have that baby shoot across your table or your desk or into something that you don't want it to fly into? Because I'll tell you right now, it'll fly at over 20 miles an hour. This will go just as fast as the Typhon Grom, as the Armor Typhon Grom, if not faster. In fact, I think it will do faster. I think it'll do 40. I haven't clocked it yet. And I ain't seen many of them out there clock it. So now I'm going to show you why by putting this upside down. See what I mean about it taking off? If you don't set shit right, it will fly. It will fly. Baby do fly. Baby know how to fly. See, I got to move it back because it's touching my computer. Don't need them wheels touching that computer because it will rip the piss out of them. Now, see in here, you got these rows here. Now, I couldn't tell you which ones are which. Well, some of them I know. This one here is your servos for left and right steering. Now, and the ones under it is the reason why I had to do some adjusting, because when you get this, listen to the motor. I'm not on the trigger. I'm not on the trigger. It's set. It's barely set to its mode. See? It will take off. And if I shut this off, sometimes it does it more than others. Let's see if I can get it to do a crank up on you. No. I don't want to do it now. Now before I couldn't get it to quit. There we go. Just had to give it a little gas. But see, that right there is why you don't want to turn your car on before your transmitter. Because I'm not even touching the gas. See? Not touching the gas. Transmitter's off. Totally off. See? Nothing. Now you got transmitter. Now, I come down here and we adjust. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it a little power. And there you have it. Now, I will know what the rest of those buttons are when I read the manual. Now, you do got some other channels here. You got this switch over here, which does nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's not programmed for nothing. Then you got this one here. Lights on, lights off. See? There you go. You can see them. I can't. Lights on, lights off. Lights on, lights off. So, see, there you go. And that is my parking lot review for my Easy RC Chevy Colorado K10, which I adore the piss out of. I mean, I had this little booger out the other day, and I am not kidding you. I cannot destroy it. The person that cannot see where he's driving cannot destroy this car. I've ran into everything. I've jumped the road. I've jumped the ditch. I've jumped the driveway. I've jumped into a briar bush. In fact, you probably, all these little tiny scratches and you see on it, all these little tiny scratches and nicks and stuff you see, that's from it landing in the briar bush. It landed in a briar bush. Yeah, not enough. So, and it's red. I like that. So that's the end of another parking lot review. And we will have some running reviews of it because that is a car that we can't drive one-handed. No, you can't do it. For one thing, my thumb won't stretch far enough. And if I do put a thumb thing on it, it's got to be a long one. So we will hook up the gear that we need to do a hands-free video and get some running of it because, like my Typhon Grom, it just amazes the piss out of me the way it runs. So, we have the Typhon Grom, we have the Easy RC Colorado Chevy K10, and those are our two bashers and speed cars. Well, we got one more out there, but it ain't ready to be shown. We're still hunting down a pair of tires. So, that's another edition of Driving RC. Totally blind. subscribe, like, dislike. You got the buttons. You know what to do. We'd like you to do more of them, but hey, we're not here for the money. Nah, it'll be years. I'll probably be in a grave before the money comes, if any comes. And as far as sponsorships, well, so far everything you've see me show on here, I buy everything. I don't get a damn dime from nobody. Not a thing. So, like I said, subscribe, like, dislike. This is RC Driving Blind, Parking Lot Edition. And we're out of here. Thanks.